I almost lost you in that crowd trying to get into the stadium.
I didn't lose you in that dress. AC Milan taking on Bologna tonight in the Italian Soccer Cup. It's a big night for them. 75,000 fans are piling down to the stadium at the north side of the Foro Italico.
Thirty.
10% worse when it comes to return points won when she takes on Sabalenka compared to her yearly average so far in 2025. But that will help.
30-15.
It's just too good from Sabalenka.
And that's a point right there in itself of what I mean when Sabalenka just does everything a little bit better than Qinwen.
Yes.
Promising start for the Olympic champion, getting Sabalenka to juice.
Vantaggio Sabalenka.
Four out of the 6 matches, Zheng has not been able to break Sabalenka.
Qinwen trying to get into these rallies, trying to get into these points, using a bit more variety, push Sabalenka in this second set. But again, the serve +1 from Sabalenka is so deadly time and time again.
Did find a little bit of a solution to the Sabalenka serve in that particular match. Picked up 4 breaks against the world #1. But this is the area where Sabalenka has dominated. And once again, Zheng is a player who sits at a pretty low level. in terms of first serves actually in, going for a big, quick first serve. And that does expose this second serve for Sabalenka to step in.
Zero 15.
And that's a crucial thing when you're playing Aryna Sabalenka is you want to keep a high percentage of first serves, but you don't want to sacrifice that for pace and placement, because Sabalenka takes such big cuts at the ball that if you're just rolling that serve in, it becomes too repetitive. Sabalenka just gets off the mark so quickly, and her timing is so good. But if you're giving her too many second serve looks, you are looking down the barrel of the gun constantly, and you're going to be coughing in a couple of double faults that you don't intend to.
It's a shot that she's been working on consistently for a while now, and it has proven to be very profitable. Yeah, you look at Zheng's record this season, sits at around 55% first serves in. Against Sabalenka in their 6 meetings, the average is 46% only of first serves in. She almost goes bigger, misses more, and therefore is on the back foot very quickly. And wins just 36% of her second serve points against Sabalenka against a career average of 46. So that has to change tonight somehow.
Trenta pari. 30.
And that's the sort of damage that Qinwen can do off of her first serve, and that's what she's going to need to do throughout this whole match is serve +1. Get the first strike right away from Sabalenka. That was a perfect example of how to get it done.
Encouraging signs, taking Sabalenka to juice in the first game, and then a nice couple of decent deliveries there to keep Sabalenka at bay in the second. Of course, has made some moves throughout the course of her career to chase the best possible opportunities to become the best player she can. Riba looking after her at the moment. Went to Barcelona back in 2019 to further her career and education after being coached by Carlos Rodriguez over in China. So a surface she has spent an awful lot of time on.
Zero. That's it. That's 40-0. 40. Quaranta 15. 40-15.
Astonishingly consistent season for Sabalenka. Looking for her 35th win of the season. Just be interesting to see whether Zheng continues to stay that deep throughout the course of this match on return, or whether she feels as though she needs to. Zheng, 22 years of age, 5 titles already for her. Just her 3rd appearance here in Rome. That is some defensive forehand from Sabalenka.
0-15.
It's just all about controlling what you can. You can't control what Sabalenka's capable of doing to a certain extent, but you can certainly control how you respond to a moment like that. And Qinwen doing a great job with an easy serve +1.
That's what Sabalenka does so well, makes this game so brutally efficient on her side of the court.
13.
There's very few players on the WTA Tour that can put Qinwen on the defensive, and Sabalenka does it quite easily. That's why she has that #1 next to her name.
Pari. 30.
They're going to be busy for the rest of the night. 75,000 football fans streaming through the streets here in Rome, waiting to get to the Olympic Stadium.
Quaranta 30. 40-13.
Either that or it's Prakash's security to get him back to his hotel or not. It's not our hotel, that's for sure. It's somewhere else. Unspecified location.
You know that man's out of 4 seasons.
Now, for all the attacking play that we revel in when Sabalenka's on the court, that's been a couple of nice defensive points that she's managed to extract from Zheng with the return and the first point of this game, and a little bit of pressure developing for the 22-year-old on serve.
Vantaggio Sabalenka.
Certainly not leaving anything to chance in the pace department off the forehand side. Zheng at 80 miles an hour, matching Sabalenka for speed. But it is Sabalenka with the early chance.
Yes.
But you just see how relentless the power and pace from Sabalenka, how it just eventually starts breaking down Zheng throughout the rally. There's not going to be too much side-to-side movement. It is just going to be pure grit and power through each other.
Great save. It'll be interesting to see, Coco, whether Zheng can utilize the one thing that she has that is better than Sabalenka, and that's the RPMs, the spin rate on the ball. Seen a couple of the forehands already in this game go into the net. I kind of feel as though she needs to play tonight with a bit more height if she can. When you've got that much spin rate and you're playing low over the net, it's going to drop a little bit shorter, which is going to kind of get into Sabalenka's strike zone. Pace is there.
Vantaggio Zheng.
Zheng also with that RPM can perhaps cut the sideline a little quicker than Sabalenka, a little shorter in the court, pull her off the court, see whether she can get her moving.
That's a heck of variety from Sabalenka.
Yes.
That's something that we don't see that often. Yes, we see the drop shot on the forehand, but seeing that Zheng is sprinting forward to the net to do what Aga Radwanska or Roger Federer to change that last second decision, that's an impressive add-on for Aryna Sabalenka.
Vantaggio Zheng. Let's first.
Overplayed it.
To me, Sabalenka let Zheng off the hook there in that game, pushing her to deuce. Having a look at second serve quite a few times, Sabalenka.
But at least show your hand with the drop shot, even if it's not your favorite shot. At least let your opponent know that you're potentially going to play it.
0-15.
Depth is going to be key, and she's found one there off the return. Perfect.
Lotacji.
Cannot play a better tennis point than that.
0-40.
Two of the biggest hitters in our game going toe-to-toe. And then last second finesse. Look alive here, Petch. Qinwen, she could be changing the look of this head-to-head tonight. It's a perfect example of the heaviness that Zheng can get on that forehand side.
15.
I like that she's changing where she's going with that heavy ball. She's not going constantly into the Sabalenka forehand where you can get some unforced errors, but also testing the backhand, getting that up above the shoulders of Sabalenka.
Out. 15 pari. 15. Trenta 15. 30-15.
Now that first serve percentage is dropping for Zheng at the moment, and it's getting dangerously close, 50%. First winning 10 or 12.
30-14.
Sabalenka on the brink of a quick recovery here in this opening set, though, having just dropped her serve.
Arita. Deuce.
I always say that's Qinwen's go-to serve on the ad side, the out wide into the backhand. Playing with fire there a little bit. That's Sabalenka's best return. Mainly goes cross-court with it. It's one of those moments where you just say, my best is better than yours. And every big-time player has that type of ego. It's a healthy ego, Petch. Something that you know nothing about.
I was waiting for it. You didn't disappoint.
No, no.
Once again, it's the spin that was deceptive. It got her out of trouble on the previous point. Magnificently saved her there. And that is a nice, neat 4-2 lead as we take a little look through the draw, and it has been comfortable, Coco.
Very comfortable against a lot of different looking players. Danilovic, she's a big hitter. She's done well on the clay, trains in Madrid. Freck, she's a tough counter puncher, gets a lot of balls back. And then we know Bibi Andreescu. She's always a tough opponent being a Grand Slam champion.
As for the world number one, Potapova, she put the sword through nice and quickly, had to come from a set down against Kenin, and that match against Kostyuk was magnificent in the second set.
Yeah, that was definitely fireworks out there against Marta Kostyuk. You always get a little extra fireworks when you play back-to-back weeks against each other. But Sabalenka having a more difficult road to.
Chances for Kostyuk in the second set of both Madrid and here in Rome. Some of the best tennis of the week was played in that second set between those two. Yeah, be a little nervous. Hasn't had to be too nervous in recent times, Anton Dubov, but right now his charge getting slightly outplayed. Now, because she's feeling second best at the moment, is feeling the need to press. Zheng doing a really nice job in the shorter version of this sport, under 5 points, as you can see, absolutely dominating the landscape.
Yeah, that's quite unexpected. That's something that we haven't seen in the previous 6 meetings. The over 9, that's always going to be a crapshoot between these two. But that under 5, those are the numbers you got to look at. Both of these women want to be the player on the front foot, the first strike type of player, and Zheng getting the significant upper hand in that.
Classy finish to another difficult service game as Sabalenka tries to solve the problem that is the 22-year-old in front of her. Has had 3 chances to break Zheng's serve in this opening set. It's been kept at bay for the time being.
Quindici 0. 15 love.
She has to do something different to turn around this head-to-head deficit that she has, and she certainly is. Mr. Veronika Kudermetova at this stage of this tournament back in 2023. Last year reached the same stage, lost to Coco Gauff. And this year looks even tougher to make it through to her first ever semi-final here in Rome against tricky opposition, but making light of it for the time being. That is an impressive hold.
Zheng conduce 5 giochi a 3. 5 games to 3.
Sabalenka might have wanted to do a little bit more with the opening point of that game, but after that it was all the Olympic gold medalist and Sabalenka with it all to do in this first set.
Small between these two. And you just look at the stat board. It's a good serving day from Aryna Sabalenka, 62%, winning just over half of those serves off of the first point, defending her second serve right now, but it's the unforced errors that's the biggest difference. Aryna Sabalenka with 12 unforced errors on the day. Qinwen just 9. They were even on the winners up until this point right here, so just the smallest of margins between these two women.
30-15. 30-15.
And those 3 points of the difference of unforced errors, that could be difference of Sabalenka being out the break. She had 3 break point chances this set so far versus Zheng, who has only had 1 and took it. As well as it's always tough as a big hitter, when you're playing a fellow big hitter, a fellow first strike type of player, to feel like you're playing catch up. Holding serve is so vital out here for both of these women.
Sabalenka herself with a nice clean hold of serve, and that gives her one final chance to try and salvage this opening. But on the flip side of fortune for the match against Coco Gauff in the finals in Riyadh, and couldn't quite get across the finishing line for the championship there.
Pari.
It's one of the reasons why you love to play on this surface, wasn't it, Coco? That sort of bounces.
Very much the reasons indeed. Except I was on the receiving end of those bounces, not reaping the benefit of those bounces.
That thing hit a trampoline, not clay. Oh, just to rub a little salt in the wound.
30-15.
Serve has been through quite a few modifications, particularly with the ball toss, but also at the back trying to keep the hand in a better position. But this will be a test. Zheng with the opportunity to grab the opening set. Oh, she's nurtured that over. Zheng almost got another little bit of good luck.
Yes.
That was not the easiest of balls to handle under that type of pressure. Being set point down.
Sabalenka ended up rushing herself.
Vantaggio Zheng.
I don't think either of these women have played a point like that since maybe about 10, 12 years ago when they were playing under 10s, under 12s. The moon ball ever present during the clay court swing.
Zero 15. Love 15.
Zheng picking up where she left off at the end of that opening set. Best players in the world, Coco, don't tend to want to have to make little adjustments. They kind of want to feel as though their best is better than the best down the other end of the court. And is that the case for Sabalenka, or would you like to see her make some sort of changes here at the start of the second?
Well, I think the changes that she needs to do is just pick up the consistency. I think she played a sloppy couple of points, but also has and she's gone away from that just in a little bit of a panic of getting down a break, but a sloppy 3 points is what decided that first set. I think if there's any other adjustments, it's Zheng Qinwen moving back, going high and heavy with that forehand. Sabalenka trying to take that on the rise. It's just so hard to time on a clay court to be able to guarantee that you're going to get a clean bounce, and then also that you're able to time the ball off of that quick hop. Sabalenka needs to work harder with the feet like she did off of that forehand right there.
30.
On the back end, she has better timing off of that wing, Sabalenka, so she could probably short hop it. But the forehand, she's got to work the feet, give herself a little bit of space out there.
Once again, Zheng countering with some good pace, pretty flat ball, that one coming through low. Sabalenka not with the high revolutions on the forehand, just catching the tape. And can Zheng catch the world #1 cold at the start of the second set with an early break?
Primo gioco, seconda partita, first game, second set.
And that is exactly what unfolds, and Sabalenka is in all sorts of trouble here. Barely made any sort of impression off the first third of Zheng, so she's going to have to make some adjustments. And BetMGM have decided that they've seen enough, and they have put the Olympic gold medalist as the favourite. Of course, Sabalenka was up at 75%, but she is well in deficit now. You going with that, Coco?
Man, I'm changing my tune just like BetMGM. I think both of us would say that. It's just Sabalenka's playing a bit of a sloppier match today. Qinwen is locked things up. She's being the better clay courter out here.
Oh! Out! 15-0. 15 left.
And misses like that won't help Sabalenka's frustration. Being down a set and a break right now, you see his shoulder slump. Bit of disinterest from Sabalenka.
Lights, serve.
His favorite, Cheech.
Such a dominant season once again from Sabalenka, but things change around when she drops the opening set. Just 3 wins and 3 losses for the world #1 when she drops the opener.
Code violation, notable facility warning, Miss Sabalenka. Aryna 40. Zheng.
Sublime serving, sublime tennis, and seeing off Sabalenka for the time being. Just that one win against Świątek, against the world #1 for Zheng in the course of her career. May double that tally right now, Coco.
And what an impressive win that was at the Olympics. See, what's funny is I having played #1s in the world and taken L's and also taken wins, you know, there is a locker room presence when you do walk out, no matter where you are ranked in the world of. It is a big moment to play world #1. Of course, you always want to believe in yourself that you can get that victory. You know, some matchups fit you better than others. Certain surfaces benefit you. But Qinwen is doing a good job on a surface that she doesn't really feel comfortable on, and taking it to the world #1. Now these next 20 to odd minutes or so, it's all about holding your nerve here, playing with the same intent throughout to be able to get past the finish line.
Aryna 40-15. Sabalenka.
Just missed it, but it's been one of the big reasons why she does lead by a set and a break, and she needs to keep pulling the pin out of it when she gets an opportunity like that. Sabalenka deep in conversation with her team at the back end here, just trying to figure out a way to stop the 22-year-old from continuing her path to victory. Just in case you're wondering what happened a couple of games ago when Sabalenka got the code violation, somebody from the crowd shouted out, "Come on, Aryna, play tennis," to which she responded, and there was an expletive in there that gained her the code violation. Understandably frustrated with the fans' comment, though. She is battling hard, getting outplayed and not obviously living up to her own expectations right now, which is the more frustrating part of it.
Oh! Queen 15-30.
It's a great way to follow up a double fault. Out wide serve has been working so well for Zheng on that ad side.
30.
Even if Sabalenka wanted to cover that serve, or even if she was leaning that way, the angle of it is just far too good. Zheng has been doing that time and time again to be able to get back to even throughout this match.
What a counter, what a shot.
40-30.
The strength that it takes, Petch, to be able to stay on that left leg and hit this ball back behind Sabalenka. That's some big-time tennis, but Sabalenka's got to be careful. She's been messing around with another code violation, kicking the ball after that rally.
Zheng with another accurate dart out wide on the diagonal. And that is a 3-1 lead secured in this second set. Sabalenka still not finding solutions, and one of the reasons why, of course, Coco, is that she's having to play from much further back today.
And that's all due to Zheng's power. Zheng has been able to get the first strike type of tennis that she needs to put Sabalenka on the defense. And Sabalenka is just not handling the heaviness of Zheng's ball. That heavy forehand has been working so well for Zheng. Just getting it up high over the net, playing to safe targets, but mixing up where she's going. She's going into the Sabalenka forehand for maybe 2 shots and then switches line with plenty.
Which has been a really effective shot for her on the clay.
15-13.
Just didn't execute this one at all. decelerated on it, just try to feather it a little bit too close to the net.
Now the unforced errors are coming in batches.
15-14.
Three amigos, not her friends right now. Deep disappointment.
30-14.
We still haven't crossed the Rubicon yet, though. Zheng allowing a couple of break points to slip by.
Sabalenka.
Some shot. Didn't even feel as though she was entirely on balance for it. But the balance of power may shift here. That was a huge and potentially significant hold of serve for the world #1. Keeps herself very much in the conversation in this second set.
Just see how much that forehand from Zheng jumps off of the court. Sabalenka has not been able to find an answer to that ball.
Feels like it's going to be Zheng's night after Sabalenka introduces something new, and she's still able to react so magnificently to it.
Going drop shot off of the serve. That's something that's effective on a clay court, but that's almost more terrifying that Sabalenka has run out of responses on the return of serve.
40.
Again, like I said in the last service game that Zheng had, it's all about keeping her nerve right now. Stay in the moment.
Let's
Sabalenka is far from out of this match. Zheng is serving at an abysmal 38% in this, and not getting a lot of first serves in against Sabalenka. That's a lot of looks, a lot of opportunities for Sabalenka to get on the aggressive in Zheng's service games. Just hasn't been able to do it yet.
It has been the perfect blend of tennis. Not only with the powerful serving and also with the bit of touch there, but look at this. That is hyper aggressive in terms of going down the line.
That's almost shocking to me. I wouldn't have expected this from Qinwen, but changing direction early and often on both wings, keeping Sabalenka off balance, keeping her guessing.
One thing to have a plan like that, but to be able to consistently apply it against somebody like Sabalenka is what's been the most extraordinary feature of tonight's match. And that's one of the reasons why Sabalenka has had to play so much further behind the baseline to kind of counter the down the lines. Just digging in with Hawkeye, just looking at whether it was her rally length that was the most important tonight compared to Sabalenka's opponents coming into this quarterfinal match. But that was the one thing that has stood out, is how quickly Zheng has been able to take the ball down the line and force Sabalenka to not be quite as apparent up on the baseline as she normally is. Can she continue to play that kind of aggressive tennis?
Electronic line calling has been a discussion all tournament long. There was times where it wasn't working during a point, that it would miss calls, but that hasn't seemed to have been an issue in these later rounds. And look at that height pitch over the net, great depth.
Pari. 30.
Once again, there's the quick down the line from Zheng.
30-14.
It could find herself very quickly in this second set, serving for the win.
Grazie. Yes.
Zheng has been a bit nervy in the last couple of breakpoint chances that she had, not only in this game, that one right there, but also in Sabalenka's previous game. There's a couple of quick misfiring misses. And that's a tough part to stomach as a player, because you know Sabalenka is coughing up a lot of unforced errors. So you're thinking to yourself, just make the return. When you're nervous, your mind doesn't always think that clearly.
Blistering hitting from both.
Yes.
That was one heck of a breakpoint save there from Aryna Sabalenka, handling that heavy forehand from Zheng. That could have been the match right there.
Advantage Zheng.
Zheng's got to do everything in her power to get that return over to the forehand side of Sabalenka. That's where a majority of the errors are coming from in this set.
Yes.
Sabalenka stay in this Rome WTA 1000 hanging on a knife edge right now. Saved a couple of break points brilliantly. But to stop, just tiptoeing towards it, searching for her first ever win against Sabalenka. So close.
Out. 15.
Just the fourth point in the match that Sabalenka has taken off Zheng's first serve. (24 of 28) won by the 22-year-old. Remarkable.
Fifteen, 13.
What did I say, Petch? Hold your nerve.
number one, and the fourth time it has been saved magnificently by her opponent.
38-14. Yes. Let's pass it. Zheng.
Zheng once again keeping Sabalenka at bay.
Zheng conduce 5 giochi a 3.
Just when it looked, Coco, that she may be wavering, she found the form that we've seen all night. Never got through a contest with Sabalenka without getting broken previously.
Zero 15. Love 15.
What a time to do it, with the field seemingly open right now, with Iga Swiatek going out early in this tournament. Everyone feels like they got a shot at some of the biggest clay court titles in the world.
She has been on point for every single minute of this contest. And that's why she has 3 match points.
15-40. 15-14.
To get into the conversation with the big two, Aryna Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek. she could be a big threat out there at Roland Garros, given that she won the gold medal there. She's having a good run here in Italy. That was impressive stuff, how she used that heavy forehand, was able to get into Sabalenka's service games time and time again.
You just never know when you get that quality of defeats against someone.